Okay, Jeff, this is Kevin Dye with Dye Painting. I just walked in just now and taking a look here at the deck. I can start on this top one. Yes, this guy is definitely, we can put a coat of stain on it and we can make it look good. But it is, without a doubt, it is definitely a deck that might be considered for a refinish. And sand it down. It's getting to that point now where if it's not addressed, you'll probably end up having to replace a lot of it. Unfortunately, got a pretty good bow there. Yeah, there's a lot of decking. You can feel the ridges, so those are only going to get worse. And so my suggestion would be we take a look at either refinishing or possibly repairing by new wood, if that. Our cost isn't as much as new wood, mind you, by any means, but it's not the cheapest endeavor that you can undertake. But yeah, I'm seeing a lot of wear and tear. This guy's pretty beat up, and it's one of those things that if you don't get on it soon, you might end up having to replace it if you want to or not, unfortunately. But so with that said, we've got the deck. House is in definite need of some paint as well, obviously. That's why you called. I'll just kind of break down what we do. We have all the ladders and things that we could possibly use to do this. This is just dot mold and dirt, cedar mold, and not a big deal. Basically what we come through is we pressure wash, not counting the deck, just the house. We pressure wash everything, and then we caulk in everything. So we caulk in all these edges. We caulk in even this. We caulk everything in, and we just clean with bleach, and we try to caulk every single crack in, like even that crack right there on the 1x to the fascia, that's caulked in as well. We scrape, we pressure wash, we clean. Prep is our game. That is what we do. And then most of this is some pretty easy stuff. I've done 4 or 5 of these houses that look very close to the same plan, the same floor plan, and beautiful homes, a beautiful deck, just a really, really nice spot. But you know, yeah, I can feel it. This deck's grabbing my feet as I walk. All lights are stripped off the house. All lights are stripped off the house, and then we kind of go to town. We mask every window. And then we just kind of go around and we prep everything we can with caulking, and then we will spray. And when we spray everything a heavy coat, and then we back brush, and then we spray a fog coat just to make sure you see no back brush or back roller. Very important. You got a couple holes in these gutters, it looks like, too, but not a big deal. When we pressure wash, we usually clean out the gutters for you too, so that's something right there. This part of the deck is the only part that does not look like it has been weathered, except for when you get on the edges. So yeah, I don't like to tell people the bad news, but this guy is this top one. I haven't seen the one underneath, but it might be this one is definitely in need. Getting on these outside edges is not a big deal. We have all our own stuff to do all this. We do it all the time. It looks like all that used to be painted at one time, and I also see the big brackets. I'm going to actually walk back through the house again, and I'm going to make sure this is locked and shut. Wipe my feet really good here. Locked and shut. I'm sorry to bore you with my film here, but that's just what I do. Okay, okay, so obviously I'm going the right way. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, I've done this same house, I think, multiple times. I like these guys a lot. Okay. Alright, hold it tight. Alright. Okay, again, so down here you have the standard plywood. On the standard plywood, basically what we do is we caulk every single one of these in every nail hole. The main objective of what dye painting does is to get you 10 years, seal this place up, period. Waterproof, done. I mean, everything you could possibly imagine. We use the best possible products. we really go at it with the intention of making sure you get longevity out of it, and that's the trick. We have 2-year unlimited warranty, but yeah, I mean the main objective is just to try to get this on every level, as just as much as we possibly can. So yeah, I don't know why they did these like this. We could definitely take a look at it. So some of this is stained, it appears. I'm going to lean over your deck here. It appears some of it has been painted. Those are really bad shape. So yeah, we'd have to take a look at that whole situation. It was done, it looks like, like 80s style of, they painted some of the fascia, but it's all gone at this point now. So that would have to be primed, cleaned, light sand, primed, painted. Yeah, so truthfully, yeah, I would almost say that this deck has gone gray at this point. So I mean, we could try to bleach it out and then pressure wash it, but I've got the same ridges through here as well. Wow, we still have some snow. I had a sunburn today down Hathaway Pines, and we still have some snow. That's good to hear. So yeah, I mean, this guy here definitely appears that it is in disarray as well. Now, is it just supports underneath? Yeah. Yeah. So what we do is we resync nails. We put some screws in where we feel it. We resync the nails, and then we come through with the sanders. We cut in with palm sanders around stuff, and then we run the big machine back and forth all over it. Until we get it down, and then we actually stain it, and then we put 2 coats of stain, and then I can send you some pictures of that process and so forth. And we do this to a lot of houses. The last house we did was June of last year. We did, I think, very similar to this house. It looks like even the same builder. And we had done this one last year too. It is, unfortunately, with everything combined, this is a very large house, so it is expensive. But there are some things that we could try to save some money on, and we can stain this in here. We're going to want to stain that and try to make it look a certain way. I have some ideas on that, some different techniques that I use, one of which is a semi-solid stain. And basically what that does is the semi-solid stain hides a lot of the differences, because we can't get rid of some of this stuff no matter what we do, unless we belt sand it, and you don't want to pay us to belt sand that. So I've got a couple different techniques that we've used that are cheaper, and we can just kind of do them that way. I will take a look at this. Unfortunately, the way this is set up on this double-decker deck, and the supports are already, so it's actually a 3-level deck basically, even though it's only got 2 platforms to walk on. Unfortunately, you're probably going to have to call in a carpenter just to replace these ties, just because if anything happens, this whole deck is a lot of weight. So but like I said, I have 2 guys that I use that I know well and trust, and we could have them take a look. I'm gonna shut and lock. Okay. Okay, I believe that's all I need to do to get inside the home. So I'm going to locked. Okay, so out here, front deck looks pretty good. If it was something that we ended up sanding out that back deck, we would just throw sand on this one for free, just because it's small. Take somebody 4 hours, but not a big deal. Railings obviously need to be done as well. Yeah, just a lot of square footage. These are big houses. They're big time consumers, so I'm going to walk down. I'm actually going to stop this right here and start a part 2.